We just sang Morning Has Broken. It's a brand new day. How are we going to address this new day? Does any of us have a brand new level of consciousness? Maybe today we could do a little adjusting. It's a perfect opportunity. We're in this beautiful place where the awareness of consciousness just happens when you walk through the door. And we're all here to support and affirm each other and create this community that's all about being connected, all about love and all about accepting and forgiving. Maybe tomorrow we could start a brand new day with not the same old consciousness. And so it is. We are so lucky today to have with us a dear friend. I've known her for 20 years, Krista? Probably, since you were just a very young person. And you were standing up here on this stage singing your heart out, Beethoven and all those people's operas, and we used to have a lot of fun here having classical concerts. We'd have dinners next door, a night in Italy. We'd have Sally Tomatoes create a night in Italy, have a dinner, and then come over and listen to Italian classical music, and then go back over and have like cannolis and pork for dessert, And anyway, dear friend, she owns Music to My Ears that helps embrace the passions of music in all forms, every kind of instrument, voice, acting, all those things. She addresses that in her everyday life. And she also happens to own Katati Yoga. And that's where I go for my old people yoga every Wednesday night, and I love it. Krista, come sing for us, dear. She asked me, why don't you accompany me on your guitar? I sent you the music, and I looked at the music. I thanked her. I was flattered, but Krista, quite frankly, that's very unrealistic expectation. Just Krista Duran.
This is a well-known tale that you'll recognize from the Bible, and it usually symbolizes that no matter how far you've fallen, God's love is there for you if you come back. And in light of today's messaging, and something that I personally get from this particular song, is that it's never too late to change your life. No matter how far you've gone down a road, you can make different choices. I am a weary wanderer. I've traveled far and wide in search of satisfactions I could not find inside. But everywhere I travel, I'm searching in the rain, and every city floods me hold me in his arms before I reach the hill. I beg for his forgiveness. I don't deserve his grace. Because I found you, child of mine, as tears stream down his face. I am a weary wanderer, come home at last to stay. My restless soul has found its peace. My heart has found its way. I failed to win the world, but I gained a greater prize. To know I am a worthy child in my gentle Father's eyes.
Krista, thank you very much. That was beautiful. Yes, you may applaud. That is absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been trying to get this young lady to show up here on a Sunday and sing for a long time. But with any luck, next year, we may have classical music here, like in the hall or in here, a special concert, and it's in the works. We're working on it. Don't know what it's going to look like. It's going to sound great, but anyway, we'll let you know. Well, good morning, everyone. Glad to see our road warriors back from an extensive trip across the country. I hope everything went well and you had a good time. Thursday, spiritual, what? A week from Thursday, this spiritual book study, 10 a.m. a week from Thursday. I got to tell you something great. We've been having the Off the Page Readers Theater here Friday night, last night, and again at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And last evening was a very different type of program. Halfway through the program, through the evening, we heard this scurry sound, and a rat the size of a small wiener dog, dachshund, came right down the wall right here and went out through its little exit that I didn't know it was there. And several ladies jumped up that was sitting right and ran over to the side. The production stopped for just a moment, and the next line that was read, Beth was reading it, said, and I just thought I saw rats everywhere. That was part of the reading. Divine timing. Now we're having a 3 o'clock show today, and probably won't have the mascot involved, as they're rather nocturnal. But so you're all welcome. It's $15, and I'd like to invite you to do something. In the back, there's a little table on this side over here. It's called the artist table. And there's a thing about Off the Page Readers Theater and about the handbill for tonight. There's also a little poster flyer for 2 weeks from last night, the 29th, our community cabaret. And the artist we're having is a lady named Pi Jacobs. She's from LA. She's a recording artist, performer. She was on tour through the Nashville, Memphis area 3 weeks ago. Now she's touring the East Coast and will be back here just in time to do our show on the 29th. There's also some CDs, and I don't usually hype stuff, but I've been in music since 1956 when I started, and I made my first albums in 1967. A lot of CDs and tapes. I made 8-track tapes for sale. I've seen it all. But this thing is called Live from Memphis, and it's not only is the music very, very good, but what makes this a very special job of work is that each song is prefaced by a story about certain situations in her life that gave her the inspiration to write a song. It's quite a body of work, and if you'd like to hear something, if you listen to that CD, when she gets here on the 29th, you will be best friends. You will know her because she talks about her life and how it created the music within her. So anyway, that's all back there. Take a look at it or not. What else is going on? Wayne, do you know of anything going on?
Very little in life.
Okay.
Ho-hum,
All right.
except when the
Oh, wait, look at this. We have a 2022 Fall Fundraiser Concert, the 23rd of October from 3:30 to 5:30. Where's it going to be?
At First Church Christ Science in Petaluma, which is the 6th and B Street.
Okay,
All right, and this is a fundraiser for music scholarships for children.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm
singing at it.
cool, very cool. And I heard her a couple weeks ago sing at the, what do they call that, the Jewish program out at Sonoma State.
Jewish music series at Sonoma State.
Sylvan was with me, and it was so beautiful, both of us wept. So put this on the back table. You can put one in the hall afterwards. And any other announcements? Yes.
No barrel is restored, so as you're able to, and not just when we have potluck, drop something in the barrel for our community.
Okay. Oh, I have something to talk about. Next week, last winter, I think at the annual meeting, maybe January, we talked about the congregation would like to have people come and share opportunities in which they might serve or donate or participate in, that we're doing worthwhile things in our community. And we've talked about Redwood Gospel Mission several times over the years. They really walk their talk. They really do. Next Sunday, they're doing some amazing things. Next Sunday, either Jeff Gilman or a guy named Eric will be here and tell you about what they're doing and some of the opportunities you can have. One thing Jeff told me about, I had a long talk with him. He's a banjo player, and we've been playing music for years and years. And he said, every Thanksgiving, and this year is no exception, except they expect more, they take over the fairgrounds. And they're going to feed Thanksgiving dinner to 4,000 people. I was kind of proud of the fact that we served breakfast to a couple hundred people on Kids Day. 4,000 Thanksgiving dinners, and in addition, they're going to take Thanksgiving dinner in groceries to 1,000 families. They need like a couple hundred volunteers before and 600 volunteers that day and some volunteers there's all kinds of, I don't know if it really happened, but it was supposed to happen last Tuesday. The pet supply store on Southwest Boulevard in the big shopping center, Redwood Gospel Mission leased that. They're going to have a thrift store there and another kind of ministry like trim fingernails, toenails, manicures, pedicures, cut hair, help with makeup, and have different services that homeless people, really down on their luck people, can take advantage of. So I think there's just Then they also got a place in Petaluma, and they got another place in Windsor. It's amazing what they do. So next week we're going to learn about that and hear more about it. Wow. Oh, 7:30 tonight,
Healing Circle here.
yeah, Healing Circle right here, and you may have a mascot. Who knows? It's all right. They're not aggressive at all. They just own the place. They've been here longer than anybody, 100 years. Anything else? Well, let's stand up and sing This Is My Song. First and second verse, please. Now, if you are here for the first time, please do not be frightened, but this is when we greet each other in a traditional Church of the Oaks fashion, or however you feel comfortable.
How are you doing, young man? I'm doing good, thank you. Good. Good trip?
Only one alternator.
That's cool.
Thank you, Wayne. During announcements, I had a bit of brevity I was going to share, and I didn't forget, I just didn't remember in a timely fashion. You know, we have become, as a society, so sensitive. All this politically correct things, and I heard the other day that the FCC is considering banning shampoo commercials on television because they're afraid they might offend bald people. I don't know, Wayne, was that? Okay. All right. So, anyways, we're all smiling and we're all here together. And this energy that we create, this community that we create, that's the only abundance we truly need. We have each other. I'm going to talk more about that after a while, but let's just give thanks that we have this community, each other. Help each other out, cry on our shoulders, laugh, help, do work. That's what community is. So let's read together our affirmation of abundance. May we please? Gratitude is the key to the realization and manifestation of abundance. May we ponder that, sir. Thank you, Wayne. As we prepare for our time of practice, let's sing together Only Believe, number 152 on the wings.
Hello, good morning. I really love the quotes on today's order of service about gratitude. The one that, I love all of them, but the one that most strikes me is the one at the bottom from Eckhart Tolle, which says, acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. This is a really important distinction because, as I think I've shared before, sometimes we can have a tendency to approach gratitude actually from a place of lack. Not on purpose, but if that's our habitual vibration, you could say, our habitual consciousness, then gratitude becomes a way to try and fill the hole rather than simply a way to acknowledge all of the good. And yet, when we're able to acknowledge the good first, that is when more and more abundance will come to us. So, for today's practice, let's try and just all tap into the energy of gratitude that Eckhart Tolle is talking about here in this quote, where it's simply an awareness, a growing awareness of all the good in your life. And so I think what we're going to do is go on a mental gratitude walk together. If you've ever done this practice in real life, it's simply one of taking a walk where your purpose is to notice only things to be grateful for. And yet, because we're doing this as a visualization, you can imagine yourself wherever you'd like to be. We don't all have to be in the same place. You could be in your own neighborhood, or you could be in your favorite place anywhere in the world. But take a moment now to just take a deep breath and connect with the intention of gratitude. And I want you to just know right now where you're going to be walking through in your mind. It might be your favorite botanical gardens, your favorite city that you visited, or the beach, your own neighborhood or backyard. Just whatever comes. You might have a beloved animal companion with you, or human ones. And you're just going to imagine that you're out walking on this beautiful day in this beautiful place that's close to your heart, noticing the colors around you, the bird song, all of these things that there are to be grateful for. And as you notice them, they just become stronger in your awareness, until there's this sense of filling up with gratitude. Now you'll notice as you continue to observe all that there is to be grateful for here, you'll notice a shift now where there's no longer a practice of just, of being grateful, of having gratitudes, but you are now moving into being grateful, which is to say, being the frequency of gratitude yourself. And there's a shift that happens there. Now all of a sudden you become capable of noticing those things that there are to be grateful for about yourself, in your own heart. You become capable of noticing your strengths, of acknowledging them and claiming them as your rightful gifts given from the divine. Perhaps you've always been a generous listener. Perhaps you're always willing to lend a hand when you can, but sometimes without even being asked. Perhaps you know how to recognize the gifts in others and bring them out to shine more. All of these things will bring you back to your own essence as whole and complete and worthy not only of others' gratitude, but of your own. Continue to let your mind ponder those things that you can be grateful for about yourself. I call this a gratitude list with a twist, and I encourage you to take this practice home and fill a page every day with things you can be grateful for about yourself. Watch your life transform. Namaste.
Thank you, Krista. My message today, it says, how are you? That doesn't maybe explain a whole lot, so I'll fill in the blanks. I was trying to think of something worthwhile to speak on this morning. Usually by Wednesday I have an inkling. By Friday evening, didn't have a clue. Just wow. And so one of the actors in the Reader's Theater, I asked, his name is Jeff Savage. I said, Jeff, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. And he looked at me, he said, actually, I'm doing well enough to feel gratitude. And I thought, what a thoughtful response. How many of us are mindful enough to respond to a question like that? There's two things in life that the experts, the bean counters, the smart people say bring us happiness. One, relationships with other human beings. The second is to feel and express gratitude. And when you are feeling and expressing gratitude, scientifically, your body is creating dopamine and serotonin. And those go to the front part, the prefrontal cortex, which that's in charge of all your happy and sad and nasty and nice. And when you are feeling gratitude or love, that chemistry changes and you feel happiness. You have happiness in your thoughts. So, why, if we know that, why aren't we all in a great relationship and just walk around being grateful all the time? That sounds easy enough. It's very simple. But things get in the way. There's three kind of maybe the most deterrents to having a consciousness of gratitude. One of them is greed. We're taught to be greedy from the time we're little. Be all you can be. Get what you can. It's all about you. And you can make more money. You can. The other thing that keeps us from feeling and expressing gratitude is a lack. Natalie referred to it this morning in the practice. We spend more time focused on what we don't have than realizing and appreciating what we do have. And the third thing that interferes with this consciousness of gratitude is just complaining. Just complaining about everything, generally having a negative attitude. Gratitude is not negative. Gratitude is the opposite of that. So, I've heard so many people talk about gratitude, and Natalie referred to it as make a list, have maybe a gratitude book, and write down the things that you're truly grateful for. But I heard something a while back that I think is even more valuable. Write down once a week, Saturday morning, when you're having your coffee or your tea on Saturday morning and thinking about the lovely places in life, like when Natalie was talking this morning, I thought about Jelly Donut right down in the corner. I'm so grateful that they're part of my life. Think about 5 people who have made a positive, valuable difference in your life. 5 people. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, call them or write one per day, or write them a note or send them an email and let them know how grateful you are that they are or were part of your life. Do you know what that does? Vivian did a thing in the Inquiring Minds this week, and I did one a couple weeks ago about creating. You are creating happiness. Not only within yourself and writing down, I remember Mary, she was such a kind, considerate. She told me what I needed to hear that time in my life. I'm so thankful. So you call Mary. You tell her. Not only did you create happiness in yourself by having that appreciation, but when you called her or wrote her the letter, she felt the reception of your gratitude, and she experienced happiness as well. So when we're creating this happiness within ourselves, if we share that, we create more happiness. It's like too many times we hear, all I got to do is say thank you and be grateful, and then more stuff will come. We use it like a tool. I think Natalie was referring to that too. We use this like a tool. No, It's not a tool, it's a consciousness. It's a state of mind. Your life is exactly how you think. And when you think, I don't have anything, I don't have this, I don't have that, that's what the universe provides for you, exactly what you're thinking. I don't have it. If you're angry, or if you're greedy, those are negative thoughts. And they bring about a negative consciousness within your life. We look at our communities, we're so wounded right now because it's all about me. We're so separated. We have this lack of community within our society. And it's not an individual problem with you or you. It's a social problem. And we can start chipping away at that. I'm so thankful that Wayne's part of my life. Part of he and I have been partners in taking care of business in this church for a very long time. I'm so thankful. If we can have that consciousness, that awareness of actually being thankful, actually appreciating what that person brings to our community or brings to our personal lives. Krista does so much to encourage young people to develop and pursue their passions of music, whatever form. That's such I don't know, it's a fulfillment of what we're on this earth to be. All of us have ideas. I wanted to be a rodeo star when I was younger, and I set about it. And, well, I didn't have much success, and it hurt a lot. But when we think about having gratitude, and we come to the place of like surrendering all the desires and all the lack and all the greed, and we just allow ourselves to be in this consciousness of gratitude, the universe then inspires and enables us to be who we are and what we are becoming. Because so many times, based on all of the experiences we've had in this society, we make pretty not so great choices based on what to buy from Amazon tomorrow. But when we really have a consciousness of gratitude, and when we try to repay that kindness and serve our fellow man and women, we become with the universe what God has created us to be. I think it's truly something for all of us to ponder. Write down what you're grateful for. I gave my daughter that advice when she started college. She was so much drama and so much stuff going on. And she started a gratitude journal. And it really did help her for a very long time. Then she forgot about it. And then the drama and the chaos returned. And that's how a lot of us, we start things, we have good intentions, but then the world takes over and the washer breaks and air conditioner quits and you go out and there's a flat tire on the car. But I think it's about having intention. When we wake up in the morning, what are we grateful for? If we start our day with a consciousness of gratitude, we're in alignment with the whole rest of the universe. And when we wake up in the morning, think, I'm going to go down to their customer service and I'm going to raise Cain, this was junk. We're probably not in alignment with anything. I look in this room and I see every one of you here. There's a couple of people haven't been here before, but for the most part, every one of you has been a blessing in my life. You've given me friendship and respect, and I couldn't write down all of the compliments that I've received over the years. And you've given me purpose in my life. I can't imagine having a better job than this. I can't imagine having better life than what I have. So I'm telling each one of you, thank you. Thank you for being part of my life. Thank you for being here. And thank each of you for what you share with our community and with our world. It's so precious, it's so valuable, and we are so fortunate to have a community like this. And so it is. Let's stand up and sing Imagine.
I need one of your things.